servo changeover levers.
Select blue.
Controls.
Check.
And music.
A matter of who has the key to your heart. Whoever the who, he has kept us apart. A matter of who else is there in your heart, in my hair, in a matter of time, as a matter of fact, will matter that I'm getting into the act. For there will be love showing through, leaving room just for two. A matter of who, a matter of you and me. A matter of who, but they tell me it's whom. I tell them it's you, should I tell them it's you? And whether it's who or it's whom, you sure light up a room. 'Cause you always look good, but they say you look well. And well that they should, though it's good they can tell. Our happiness lays, is it lies? Same thing, otherwise wise. A matter of who, a matter of you and me.
It would help, Mrs. Cooper, if we got this down him.
Thank you, I can manage.
That last round did it, but what could I do? He said it was their wedding anniversary, married for 2 whole weeks. What a corny remark.
Will he be able to walk off?
I doubt it.
Get me the company frequency, Jeff. Hello, Beeline London from Mike Bravo. We have collapsed passenger on board. Please contact Port Health or ambulance to meet aircraft.
Roger, Mike Bravo.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes we shall be landing at London Airport. Please remain in your seats, as no one will be allowed to disembark until a doctor has examined our indisposed passenger. I'm sorry about this. Health regulations.
An ambulance will meet the plane, Mrs. Cooper. Be easier that way.
Please, Mr. Edward Kennedy is meeting us. He's arriving from the States. Could he be told about my husband?
I think that can be arranged.
Thank you.
Mr. Edward Kennedy, please go at once to the BEA inquiry desk. Turn 6, please. Thank you.
The name is Kennedy.
This way.
Sister Brown, this is Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, yes, Mr. Kennedy. I'm sorry, but the passenger you're meeting is ill. He'll be brought here as soon as the plane has landed.
Sick? What's wrong with him?
I can't say.
You mean you don't know or you won't tell me?
Well,
A matter of policy, my dear sir. Aircrew are discouraged from making medical diagnoses. For example, only last week we were alerted that a foreign passenger, a plumpish woman, was suffering from severe cramp and to have a stomach pump at the ready. An hour after the plane landed, she gave birth to twins. Most embarrassing as they were.
I'm no doctor, but I don't think he's having twins.
Touche, Mr. Kennedy. It appears that your friend has collapsed.
Collapsed?
Well, drunk.
Are we talking about the same guy?
Stephen Cooper, an American.
It doesn't make sense. Cooper's been my partner for 12 years. He's strictly a milk drinker.
Well, there's our airplane. We'll soon get a doctor's opinion. Maybe he can make sense.
What are you selling?
Oh, nothing. I'm a detective. But not from Scotland Yard. My criminals are far more dangerous than human beings. Deadly little killers. White for cholera, red for smallpox, black for plague. The pins mark the scene of the crime. Will it surprise you to know that if World Health regulations were relaxed for even a month, we'd be ridden by plagues that will put the Middle Ages to shame? Of course it would. Germs are much smarter than people. They never bother with passports or borders. They know it's one world even if we don't.
Bully for them. Everyone through Port Health, Captain.
Please print on the white card your full name and the address you're proceeding to. Passengers in transit will notice their special instructions. When you've completed the card, will you bring it to the counter, please? If you have any sign of illness within the next 21 days, will you call a doctor immediately and give him that yellow card?
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
You can have my address anytime, beautiful.
Buzz off, chum.
Your partner has been drinking, Mr. Kennedy. In fact, he's passed right out. He's also running a curiously high temperature. We're going to keep him here a while. Here? We have an excellent hospital in the airport with operating theaters. Just now, we need your assistance. Mrs. Cooper can't help us with her husband's medical history. She says she's only known him for 5 weeks.
Yeah, I never met her.
Very attractive.
Hello, Michelle. It's kind of a tough way to meet.
It could be a happier time.
Sit down, Mr. Kennedy. I won't keep you a moment. Thank you. Mrs. Cooper, did your husband complain of a headache this morning?
Not this morning, but on the plane very bad here.
And before you boarded the plane at Nice, had he already started to drink?
Some, yes.
Mr. Kennedy, when did you last see Mr. Cooper? Dallas, Texas, about 4 months ago. Was he in good health? The best.
According to his passport, he's been in the Middle East. What exactly was he doing there?
Drilling a wildcat.
Wildcat?
Oh, that's what we call the first test well when you're exploring for oil. This one came up dry.
Oh.
Has Mr. Cooper ever lived in the tropics? What are you driving at? Malaria. Has he ever had it? Oh, not that I know of. Any serious illness? Nothing worse than a bad cold. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Any chance of seeing him, Doc? Shouldn't be disturbed for a while.
Doctor, how long will he be here?
Until we find out what's wrong with him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to the patient.
Well, Mrs. Cooper, let's not worry prematurely. I'll get you a receptionist. She'll see you through customs and immigration.
Thank you. If those flowers are for me, I'd very much like to have them.
It was just a thought. They were for you, Michelle, but right now they don't fit.
Thank you, they're beautiful.
The Iron Bachelor getting married was some surprise. Must have been love at first sight.
You don't believe in it?
Well, now that I've seen you, I certainly do.
Sweet.
Oh, I won't be able to take into town, Michelle. Steve and I had a business appointment.
Will I see you later? For dinner?
It's a date.
Mrs. Cooper, would you come with me, please?
The slightest development, Mrs. Cooper, I'll call you. Bannister's the name. Archibald Bannister.
You're very kind, Mr. Bannister.
It's a pleasure. Well, I must be off.
Bannister, you still haven't told me who you are.
Department of Health, International Control. I'm with who?
Whom?
Not whom. Who? World Health Organization. So you see, I am a detective of sorts. A germ detective. Thank you very much.
Hey, feels like it's loaded with lead.
Oh, it is.
It's a weapon of a private eye.
In my case, a public eye. Goodbye, Mr. Kennedy.
Goodbye, Bannister.
Be careful driving back to town, won't you?
I like you to worry about me, Sheila. I like it enormously. I know.
Sherlock Holmes thinks he's stolen moss.
Wait, please. How are you, Basil?
Oh, as worried as you'd be if you had Arabs in Texas.
Oh, there's always an answer for you English. Strike oil in Scotland.
That'd lead to more trouble than we have now. When did you arrive?
A couple of hours ago.
Where's Cooper?
In the hospital. They took him off the plane, a pretty sick boy.
Oh, very sorry to hear that. Well, now we've got him in hospital, might I suggest we have his head examined? While drilling was going on, it puzzled us why Cooper was always flying back to the Riviera, so we made some inquiries. We got wind he was chasing a woman.
That was no wind, Foster. That was a tornado.
So I've heard. She's not exactly unknown on the Riviera.
Take it easy, Foster. They got married.
Oh, well, my mistake. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? It's bad luck for you, Kennedy, but British Independent is pulling out of the deal. Our board has decided to drop the South War Bar option.
What'd they expect? To hit the jackpot on the first nickel? There's 10,000 square miles to be explored.
Our experts have made a thorough study. They can't find a smell of oil.
Why don't they hear what Cooper has to say? He should be out of the hospital in the morning.
I don't think he could change our minds. It's the last coring, the last 1,000 feet that convinced us. We're not prepared to invest another penny down there, but that needn't stop you chaps from going ahead.
Don't worry. Nothing's gonna stop us, chaps.
Oh, hello, sir. Mr. Hatfield wanted to see you, sir.
Yeah?
Somewhat urgently, sir. Mm-hmm. It's something in the evening papers.
Yeah? You wanted to see me, sir?
Have you seen this?
How gratifying. The department's mentioned.
That, Bannister, is a matter of opinion. The lab report showed that your rat was harmless. An ordinary common or garden English variety.
Oh, splendid.
How could you, Bannister? On the merest suspicion, close down the airport. Disrupting schedules, causing enormous inconvenience to everyone concerned, including myself. I spent my entire lunchtime trying to pacify the airline authorities. In fact, Bannister, I promised them your head if you ever display such irresponsibility again.
My action was justifiable. The rat was found under a freight plane that had just arrived from Hong Kong. There was every likelihood that it was a carrier of disease. Really?
Oh, shut up, Bannister. In future, when you think you've spotted an infected Oriental rat that might fraternize with our London rats, make sure it is one, and not just Mickey Mouse. I mean, having promised them a plague in London, see that you give it to them. To your expendable head, Bannister, the department's most valuable asset.
Where's Mrs. Cooper's room?
The Coopers are adjoining. I believe those were the instructions.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody home?
I'm sorry, sir. May I finish hanging up Madame's clothes?
Well, go right ahead now. You don't happen to know where Madam went?
Yes, sir, to Mr. Ivanovitch's suite on the top floor.
Nick Ivanovich?
That's right, sir. He keeps his home with us when he's in London. Lovely penthouse, but it's a bit bare now because all his pictures are on loan. Oh.
found me?
I thought we had a date.
Oh, I tell you exactly what happened. I forgot.
Oh, no harm done. Any news about Steve?
Well, I spoke to Bannister. They may know something definite in the next few hours.
Good.
Oh, Miss Foreman, meet Mr. Kennedy. How do you do?
How do you do?
I do very well, thank you. Well, you two must have loads to talk about, so I'll just toddle along. Bye now.
What's that?
One of Ivanovich's ex-girlfriends.
Ex? Who'd let that one get away?
He would. He trades them in every year, just like his automobiles.
What did he trade her in for?
There.
A sporty job with an automatic transmission.
Would you like to meet her?
No, I'd rather meet Ivanovich. I may go into the used car business. Shall we dance?
He's here. Come and see.
This is Mr. Kennedy, Bertel.
Hello, you can keep a secret, can't you? Come on. We smuggled him in. That's why we came on Nick's yacht. It's so difficult to smuggle anything at London Airport.
Bambi, I wouldn't leave him all alone in France, would I?
They said if Bambi came to England, he'd have to stay in horrid quarantine for 6 whole months. But Nicky knew exactly what to do. He's so clever about everything.
Except for a way to close your pretty mouth.
Nicky, it's only people we know.
You talk too much, my darling. With the authorities here, you do not fool around. The English, they care more for dogs than for people. Join the party, Michelle, while I get acquainted with Mr. Kennedy. Such a fuss over an animal. Where I lived as a boy, the house was full of cockroaches this big. Poverty has an odor, Mr. Kennedy, that we never forget. Maybe that is why I like perfume. How's Cooper? What's wrong with him?
They don't know yet.
Michelle is a lucky girl being married to such a man. The first time we met, I knew he had the kind of brain and imagination that I respect.
Will you back that respect with money, Mr. Ivanovich?
Huh?
You're interested in oil, aren't you?
Slightly. My tankers carry 20% of the world's supply.
I mean production, the Middle East. How would you like to invest in a whole country of potential oil land? Our first test well was a duster, but we learned a lot, and Cooper is confident the stuff is there.
I give fast answers, my friend. No.
When you hit in the desert, you hit big.
Let's go back to the party, Kennedy. What you're offering me is a business risk. Now, let me tell you my philosophy. I never take a risk. I don't need to. I'm a rich man. After the value of something is proven, I pay the price.
Don't you ever get shut out?
Never. Bannister here.
The Cooper case of smallpox, without question.
Very well. Prepare to move him. I'll have the isolation hospital open immediately. Thank you, Beck. Marjorie?
Yes, Archibald.
Priority call. Get me World Health Geneva.
Superintendent Walters, Jameson here. Smallpox case. Patient coming from London Airport. Alert our emergency staff, will you?
Yes?
Drop everything, Tommy. We've got about a dozen interceptions.
Far away.
Sergeant Palker, Copenhagen BEA Flight 308.
Already left. Have to catch him on the other end. Copenhagen.
Enrico Giordano.
Good evening, Senor Perez. Senor. One moment, sir.
It's all right, young man. No cause for alarm. Lock the door, Jamison. No one in or out. My colleague and I are from the Department of Health.
That's a new one. Do you wish to leave, or shall I call a house detective?
I warn you, we're here on government authority.
This is too absurd.
Good to see you. Do enjoy yourselves. I am Jovanovic. Please forgive my half-witted staff. Now, what can I do for you?
We've already wasted enough valuable time, Mr. Ivanovic. With your permission, I'll make just one announcement to you and your guests.
As you wish.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to break up this delightful party, but it's my disagreeable duty to inform you, on behalf of the Department of Health, that a Mr. Cooper, the husband of a lady who is here tonight, has contracted smallpox. I gather that some of you are aware that smallpox is the most contagious of all diseases. Our only safeguard against this plague is vaccination. Not only primary contacts with the patient, but contacts of contacts. My colleague and I have come here this evening prepared to vaccinate you here and now. Please, will the ladies kindly remain here and the gentlemen assemble in the hall? Thank you, Jamison. I'll do the ladies. Follow me.
Mr. Blake, would you sign clearance for the plane, please, sir? Fumigate these quarters next, then the ambulance. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Wouldn't you prefer it on the thigh where the scar won't be seen?
What makes you think it won't be seen?
Well, thank you.
What are Cooper's chances?
I wouldn't like to venture an opinion.
But he was vaccinated just before he left Dallas.
Vaccination doesn't always give complete protection. We run across individuals who can never be fully immunized. At other times, the vaccine is found to be impotent or poorly administered. However, in most cases, vaccination is effective.
When will I be able to visit him, Mr. Bannister?
Not until he's out of quarantine, I'm afraid. For the next week or so, he'll be highly infectious.
What's happened to his luggage?
Being fumigated, everything in his possession.
There's one item I've got to get hold of. I know he brought it with him.
Oh, what's that?
It's a drilling log, a long paper roll with a cloth back. The original chart of the Wabar well as it was being drilled. You'll find it in a metal container.
I'll see you get it. Good night, good night.
Thanks.
How does a man catch such a disease?
There are certain places in Asia and in the Middle East where most cases of smallpox originate. South Wabar is one of those places. You must excuse me, but the hotel staff's waiting in the ballroom.
Have a drink, Bannister.
No, thanks. Actually, no time for it. Sounds extraordinary, but in Nice and London, we may reach 10,000 vaccinations by morning. No, thanks. I won't have another.
And what is your poison, Mr. Kennedy?
Bourbon, straight. Do you have it?
It's already poured.
No, thank you.
Come, all this gloom is nonsense. Let me arrange something with supper afterwards. What do you say, my pet? Now, if I knew Cooper, he'd be the first to agree.
I think not, Nick. I'm not exactly in the mood.
Of course. You've had a trying day, but you must eat. I'll send something you like down to your room.
It's very thoughtful of you, Nick. But I've really lost my appetite. Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Cooper.
Good night, Edward.
thought I told you to go home. Well past 1. What will your wife be thinking?
World Health rang back, Mr. Bannister.
Oh.
2 new incidents. Brussels and Zurich.
Any connection with our Cooper case?
Nothing from their side.
You got the details?
They're incomplete, sir. But it's all Geneva knows. At the moment.
So I was foolishly optimistic this evening, thinking that Cooper was a simple, isolated case which we'd neatly bottled up. Get out the Cooper file and phone Sister Brown. Tell her to send in all Cooper's things the moment they've been fumigated. They might give us a clue. Oh, and Jimmy, phone Mrs. Cooper. Tell her I shall want to see her first thing in the morning. Mr. Kennedy as well.
Right, sir.
On second thought, you'd better go to bed. I'll make the call myself.
I could stay, sir.
No. That wife of yours will think you're gadding about. Tell me, is it that you're so extraordinarily attractive, or that she's so extraordinarily suspicious?
I imagine it's a combination of both, sir. Good night, sir.
You heard the phone. It was Bannister.
About Steve?
No, but we must be in his office at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, Michelle. I'll leave an early call for both of us. Good night.
Could I trouble you for a cigarette?
On the night table.
What's bothering you? All night I hear you marching up, down, up.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Perhaps it would help you to talk now.
You got your cigarette. Now blow before you get into trouble.
What kind of trouble?
The kind you're looking for.
There is something bothering you.
Take off the mask, Michelle. You're with friends. Steve may be my partner, but when it comes to dames, he isn't dry behind the ears.
And what is it like behind your ears?
Dry as cornflakes. You would, wouldn't you?
Would what?
Tell me, how does a little girl grow up into a cat like you? I'll bet you could purr a man off a steep cliff or claw him to death.
I don't know what you were trying to prove, but it was a delightful experiment. Good night. Sleep tight. What is it, Beryl?
I'm scared, Michelle. Nick says there's going to be an investigation. It's those horrid health people. Just because of some silly disease, they'll be asking all sorts of questions.
But they have a right to ask.
Nick says if we mention the yacht, they'll find out about Bambi. Promise you won't tell. Die if they took him away.
So I won't mention the yacht. Now calm yourself and go to bed,
You're sweet, Michelle. It's all right, Nick. I told her. Nicky, darling, you have 2 vaccinations.
You talk too much, my angel. And you see too much.
Nice of you both to come. You sit there, Mrs. Cooper. Draw up the chair, Mr. Kennedy, will you?
Thank you.
These are your husband's valuables, Mrs. Cooper. And this is what you asked for, Mr. Kennedy. Don't worry, they've all been sterilized.
You boys do a thorough job, don't you?
We're dealing with a clever virus. During the night, 2 fresh cases of smallpox have been reported from the continent. The Zurich case is a death. Hans Kettner, an investment banker of some prominence. Does that name ring a bell with either of you?
With me, no.
Never heard of him. Did you look through Cooper's papers?
We combed them carefully, not a thing. How about Marcel Remy, a research chemist residing in Brussels?
Should I know him?
Not necessarily, but if we could establish that Mr. Cooper did, that would help enormously.
I get it. You think Cooper met Kettner and Remy and gave them smallpox?
Impossible, Mr. Kennedy. They couldn't have infected each other.
Even if they'd met?
Even if they'd met.
You lost me, pal.
Have I lost you as well, Mrs. Cooper?
I'm sorry.
Let me explain the elementary nature of the disease, otherwise neither of you will be of the slightest use to me. Point number 1. Smallpox is contracted by direct exposure to the virus, like a common cold, or unlike, for instance, yellow fever, which can only be transmitted by a mosquito, or sleepy sickness by a tsetse fly. Which brings me to point number 2, my dear Mrs. Cooper. Now, if I, at this present moment, were in your husband's condition, the contagious stage, I could pass smallpox on to you by merely being this close and breathing the word sugar. Do you take sugar, Mrs. Cooper?
1, thank you.
Splendid. But the supremely important point is this, that you wouldn't fall ill or become dangerous to other persons until a future time. The time necessary for the germs to live and flourish in the warmth of your body. The time of incubation. And with smallpox, we know this is approximately 14 to 16 days. So what have we? 3 cases, Brussels, Zurich, and Cooper. All 3 struck down in a matter of hours, and apparently no connection between them. A complete mystery, except for one clue, a medical clue. Ah, have I found you, Mr. Kennedy?
You're saying all 3 had to catch it from somebody else, who was already contagious.
Precisely. A 4th party. And when Mrs. Cooper did that somebody else contract the disease?
My husband 2 weeks ago, and 2 weeks before that. 4 weeks.
You have a very receptive mind, Mrs. Cooper.
Then you've given up the idea that Cooper caught it in Warbar.
We had to. While it was the obvious answer in his case, it doesn't explain how Kettner and Remy caught it. There's been no trace of smallpox in Europe for 6 months, and we do know that neither of these men left his own country during that period. Plus one further piece of evidence, Mr. Kennedy. Your partner's passport. It shows that he was making frequent trips from South Warbar and always to the same place, Nice. Were you acquainted with that fact?
I got acquainted with it.
One of these trips took place 15 days ago, which forces us to this theory, that in Europe, somehow, all 3 men contracted the disease from a common source, a carrier. Which brings me to you, Mrs. Cooper, and the approximate day your husband contracted the disease, April the 2nd, the day we're almost certain that he, Kettner, and Remy met the carrier. What can you tell me about the 2nd of April?
It was the day of my marriage.
What a bit of luck. The events of such a memorable day must be very clear in your mind. Now, please start in the morning and take me with you hour by hour.
We left the hotel at noon.
Which hotel?
The Negresco.
Mm-hmm. And you proceeded where?
Saint-Paul-de-Vence, 20 kilometers from Nice. The mayor performs a ceremony.
I appreciate your conciseness, Mrs. Cooper. Any witnesses?
Only Ivanovich and Pearl.
Mm-hmm. And then?
We were hungry.
Ah, the wedding celebration. Where did that take place?
At the Column d'Or. It was raining. We were the only guests.
I hope the meal was worthy of the occasion.
It was 5 o'clock before we left.
Uh-huh. And then?
We drove back to Nice, dropped Ivanovich and Berl at the yacht harbor, and proceeded to our hotel.
On entering the hotel, did Mr. Cooper talk to anybody?
No, we went straight to our room.
And then what did you do? Allow me to rephrase the question. I meant, your movements that night. Well, how can I put it?
As soon as we were in the room, Mr. Cooper received a telephone call.
From whom?
I don't remember. He only spoke a few words, and shortly after that he left.
He left you on your wedding night? Mrs. Cooper, if I weren't convinced of your straightforwardness, I should be inclined to disbelieve my ears.
I assure you he left me.
Where did he go?
He didn't say.
Well, he must have some idea.
It is difficult to remember each little thing.
Let me try to refresh your memory. Was the call local or long distance?
I can't say.
Did it sound like a personal or a business call?
Business, of course.
What business did Cooper have in the south of France beside you?
He didn't talk to me about things like that.
And what made you say it was business at all?
The metal case with his maps. He took it with him.
Where?
Je me fous du chien. Let the dog go to quarantine.
Eh?
He went to see Ivanovich on his yacht.
And as far as you know, he came to the yacht alone and left alone?
As far as I know. Bannister, why don't you look in a hospital? This man whom you call the carrier, he must be very sick.
Or even dead.
Of smallpox?
Mm-hmm.
Surely such a death would be reported.
Not always. A doctor makes a faulty diagnosis and fails to recognize the disease. But dead or alive, we must find this man.
I wish I could help you.
When Cooper left, did you have the impression he was going straight back to Mrs. Cooper?
The new groom on his wedding night? Where else?
Where else, indeed. Now I'd like to talk to your captain.
You'll find him on the bridge.
Thanks.
Sit down, Mr. Kennedy. A bourbon.
Straight.
I'd like a word with you. I'm a government official.
If it's about that perishing hound, it was not my orders that put it ashore.
My dear skipper, I'm not from the Battersea Dogs Home. It's only your crew that concerns me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bannister.
All right. Had any sickness aboard recently?
No, none.
Have you replaced any of your crew?
No. One of them's missing.
Missing?
The pilot of Mr. Ivanovich's plane went into Nice one morning and disappeared.
When was this?
Oh, about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks? Where's the airplane now?
Where it's supposed to be, in the hangar at Nice Airport.
What do you think could have happened to him, Captain?
It's a puzzle. He's got a month's pay due.
Could you give me his name and home address?
Sure. Jacques Morel, Innsbruck.
Must have been important to drag my partner out on his wedding night. What was it all about?
I told you, it was confidential.
Did he have this with him?
Yes.
Did you look at what's inside?
Maybe you're right. Between partners, there shouldn't be secrets. Cooper invited me to invest in South Wobar.
Oh, so in your bathroom last night, I was talking to myself. Why didn't you stop me?
You were my guest. Whatever I am in business, socially, I'm not so bad. I offered Cooper a personal loan, but he refused it.
Why should you lend him money?
Why not? Michelle's new husband.
You put it to him like that?
I explained it to him. I owed Michelle a little something for services rendered.
Very generous of you. To accept money on that basis, a man would have to be in another trade.
About 75 miles to the gallon.
What do you run this thing on? Vodka?
Don't you people ever throw anything away? Drop me at the nearest taxi. Wouldn't hear of it. Wouldn't hear of it. Your hotel's on the way to my office. Missing pilot. Interesting lead.
Your call to Innsbruck, Archibald?
Hier, Büro Dr. Linkers.
Ja? Ja? Einen Moment bitte. Herr Doktor, ein Ferngespräch aus London.
Hallo? Service, Herren Dr. Linkers. Das bin ich, Bannister, aus London. Können Sie mich helfen? So machen etwas?
Please, Bannister, would you do me a little favor? Your accent is painful. Speak English, please, will you?
I want you to help me trace a pilot named Jacques Morel. He's missing.
I'll send someone to investigate. What was the address?
Weisingerstraße. Number 5.
Wiesingerstraße, number 5.
No word of any kind since the day he disappeared. The morning of April the 3rd. Please, Yam Operator. Where are you going, Jimmy?
War bar legation, sir. Back in an hour.
South War bar?
Yes, sir. Just a routine matter.
Wait. Linkers, my point is that this pilot might be our carrier. Hmm? He was in the yacht the night that Cooper visited Ivanovich. Yeah. Ring me back as soon as possible. Vielen Dank.
Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen, Bannister.
What routine matter?
Well, legation's inquiring about sending a body back to Warbar, sir.
What body?
Their minister's. He suffered a heart attack on Thursday. Well, didn't you read about it in the papers?
I didn't hear you knock.
How long did you last with Ivanovich? Or are you the one item he's holding on to for old time's sake?
Mr. Kennedy, I have a confession to make. I'm beginning to find you irresistible.
Drop it, Michelle. When did Steve start to hit the bottle?
Began 3 days after the wedding.
Was that after he found out you were one of Ivanovich's playmates?
If you really want to know, why don't you ask Steve?
I might just do that as soon as he's available. In the meantime, I'm warning you, I'm going to break up this ridiculous marriage.
Don't bother, Mr. Kennedy. It can't last anyway. Marriages are made in heaven, and I've never been there.
Oh, you found out Steve's broke, so you decided to call it quits. That's it, isn't it?
You're wrong about me. Very wrong.
Am I? And why don't you straighten me out?
Perhaps I will. One day.
What's delaying you? Your union?
You. I like you, Mr. Kennedy. I like you a lot. Now get out of here and leave me alone.
One moment, Mr. Bannister. I will fetch His Excellency.
Oh, how do you do? Oh. Do forgive me asking, but who's your tailor?
Our minister designate Mr. Ramon, Mr. Bannister.
Your Excellency.
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Thank you.
You must excuse Mika. He has taken a curious liking to everything English.
Quite.
You come with me, please. The coffin is over here.
May I see the doctor's certificate showing cause of death? Thank you. Yes, this is quite an order. And now, Mr. Rahman, could I examine the body? World Health Organization has an unsolved smallpox incident on its hands, and...
What has the late minister to do with smallpox?
South Warbar is an endemic area, and diplomats are always suspect.
Faram could have had the disease without knowing it.
Indeed he could. Sometimes a smallpox carrier doesn't even realize that he's ill, complains of no more than a headache. But while traveling around with a mild case, he can give it to others in its deadliest form.
My colleague died of a heart ailment. Furthermore, to disturb the remains would be sacrilege.
Forgive me.
Thoughtless of me. There's a simple alternative. Could you supply me with a detailed account of the minister's activities during the last month? No state secrets, of course. I really must insist.
Mr. Bannister, we have complied with all your regulations. The plane has been chartered. The body is scheduled to leave here at 2 o'clock. I shall expect the shipping permit to be in my hands within an hour.
It will be given our consideration, sir. Thank you. You, sir, are a gentleman.
That Bannister is a ferret. He is demanding an account of Farham's movements.
Let me caution you, Rahman. Bannister is not a predictable type of nuisance. He's a dedicated man.
He will get nowhere. I've dealt with petty civil servants before. Get me the Foreign Office. Sir Douglas Reed.
Well, yes, I know that, sir. But how can you examine the body without Rahman's consent?
There are more ways than one of killing a cat. Call McFarlane at the coroner's office and ask him to recommend that the body be held for a blood test.
Oh, I see what you mean. Jameson here. Yes, hold on, I'll fetch him. Mr. Bannister? Geneva, returning your call, sir.
Ah. Bannister speaking.
I have those details you requested. Your supposition was correct.
Kettner's banking house is connected with oil.
They have controlling interest in 3 major companies.
How about Remy, the research chemist?
Employed by one of Kettner's oil companies.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Jimmy, we found the common denominator. Get hold of Mr. Kennedy and tell him to get down here as fast as he can. What gave you the notion there might be oil in Warbar?
It was Cooper's idea. 2 years ago, we persuaded British Independent to put up the bulk of the money for exploration.
And the government of Warbar, how did they fit in?
They granted us the right to drill, with options that have to be renewed. If and when we struck oil...
Too strong, sir.
Don't ever sneak up on me with that stuff again.
You were saying, if and when you struck oil...
Warbar received 50% of the profits, British Independent 40, and the remaining 10 to Cooper and me.
Very interesting. Now, what if I told you that Kettner and Remy are in the oil business?
Are you making jokes?
I know they are. It's been confirmed by my counterparts in Zurich and Brussels.
Bannister, you've just exploded a stink bomb. We're going to have a few words with British Independent.
There is oil in Warbar, and we struck it. Somebody's pulling the oldest swindle in Texas. The Remington scandal all over again. You remember the crew on that Wildcatter of theirs struck oil and filled the hole up again? With phony reports, they made it look like the well was dry. The Remington option on the land didn't expire for 2 years, but those thieves waited with their secret. Then they doubled back under the disguise of a new company and got rich. The government of Warbar is working the Texas scheme on us. A few weeks ago, Cooper asked Warbar for an extension of the option. They flatly refused, want the money on the day or else, and I'll tell you why. They want our option to expire. Foster, there's one way to beat these pirates at their own game. Call your directors together, put up the dough and renew the option.
Not so fast. With you, Kennedy, it's conversation. With us, it's money.
May I interrupt, gentlemen? A meeting has been mentioned between Mr. Cooper and the Warbar government. To whom might Mr. Cooper have been talking?
We did all our negotiating with the London minister, Farham, who died last Thursday. What's your point?
Assuming that it was he who refused Cooper, is it possible that on the very same day Farham flew to Zurich and Brussels, his purpose being a more profitable contract for Warbar?
Is it possible? That's the way it was. You hear that, Foster? Even a guy in the germ racket can see it. What does it take to convince you?
A better story, Kennedy. There's a big flaw in your tale. How did they put it over on Cooper? Now tell me how they fooled him.
I can't answer that. I don't know.
Exactly.
Thank you, gentlemen. It may not resolve your sordid business mess, but if I can pinpoint a meeting 2 weeks ago between the deceased minister and Cooper, I may have found my carrier. kill yourself? Watch where you're going. Imagine the headline, health official runs over healthy pedestrian.
What's the big hurry?
We're going to talk to your partner.
Well, let's make sure we get there. Steve. Steve, it's me. Do you hear me?
Ed. Go on. Did you see Farham in Nice? Farham, the war bound minister. Did you see him? Nod if you did. Any news from the coroner's office?
No word at all, sir, but Mr. Hatfield wanted to see you the instant you came in.
Good. Now's your chance to prove that all Americans aren't ugly.
If I understand you correctly, Mr. Kennedy, implied in what you say is a monstrous accusation against the Warble government.
You get the picture.
That they are deliberately trying to conceal a smallpox carrier to put over a nefarious oil scheme?
Oil is a precious commodity, Mr. Hatfield. This hasn't been exactly a game of cricket.
Well, now let me tell you both what's happened. The Foreign Office has been on to me. They've had a sharp protest from the Warble legation about Bannister's attitude.
World Health has every right to inquire into the minister's movements.
That Bannister is a matter of opinion. The minister's death certificate reads, coronary thrombosis, a non-infectious disease.
Doctors make mistakes.
And they're all in coffins.
But the certificate is signed by Sir Henry Stanford.
I'd like to talk to Sir Henry. I'd remind him of the case of the army officer who slipped in the bathtub. His death certificate read fractured skull. Wasn't until after the body was exhumed that we discovered that he was also a carrier.
What are the odds against a repetition? 5 million to 1?
10 million to 1. No stone should be left unturned.
All right, gentlemen, I'll go through with it. I know I'm mad, but I will. Get me Sir Douglas Reed of the Foreign Office. My word, if this misfires. Sir Douglas? Hatfield here. You were about to call me. Or Topsy. Well, sir, I didn't know. Incredible. I quite agree. By all means. At once. Goodbye, Sir Douglas. Well, it's misfired, Bannister, your attempt to force an autopsy. The coroner's request was refused. It would have been a direct violation of Muslim burial customs. Orvas pleaded diplomatic immunity, and as you appreciate, that puts an end to the matter. You realize, Archie, without concrete medical evidence, you never had a chance. I promised Sir Douglas that the shipping permit would be sent immediately.
I understand, sir.
I'm sorry, gentlemen.
You a golfer?
No, tennis is my game.
Linker, sir.
Hello, Bannister. I'm speaking from Erwart, winter resort in the Tyrol. The situation is terrible. 11 cases of smallpox since this morning.
Damn it.
It struck among the farms on the slope above the village. It's quite reasonless.
Halfway up a mountain and no explanation?
Is there anything new in London? Can you help us, Bannister?
No, Linkers, I can't help you. Yes, I thought we were onto something. We reached a dead end. Sorry. Yes, of course. Auf Wiedersehen.
What do you mean we've reached a dead end?
Well, you heard what Hatfield said. Autopsy's out. Warbar has invoked diplomatic immunity. That puts pay to the matter.
Only if you're a bookkeeper. Now, what do you want to do? Examine the corpse?
I'd give a year of my life.
Then be a man of action like the Lone Ranger. You know what he'd do?
What?
He'd snatch the body.
Snatch the body? You don't mean the Lone Ranger, you mean Al Capone.
Okay, have it your way. Al Capone.
How?
There's always a way. Think devious.
Think devious? Jimmy, find out who's supplying the hearse for the Warbar legation. Tell them that the corpse is suspected of being contagious, and if they transport it, their entire premises will be closed down for fumigation. The idea is to scare them off. Yes, sir.
I like the way you operate, Mr. Capone.
The van ought to be here. The boys said 1 o'clock.
My partner's little woman would tell us what she knows. You'd find your carrier in a hurry.
Why should Mrs. Cooper withhold information?
Because she's covering up for somebody.
Like whom?
Like Ivanovich. He's the horse thief behind this whole swindle. And I can prove it if I can pinpoint a meeting between him and Farron.
How would you do that?
With Michelle, that's how I'd prove it.
All right, bring her to my place. But remember, you'll treat that girl and you'll have Archibald Bannister to deal with.
Say, you're not warm for that iceberg, are you?
Rather. Under other circumstances, I wouldn't mind having a bash at melting her down.
Keep your blinkers on, Bannister. It's a virus you're after.
See you later. Remember the address, 14 Charters News.
And you remember, it won't be that silly little scooter this time, so take it easy.
Silly little scooter? To mind.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You're not from the undertakers?
No, sir. Department of Health. The undertaker's hearse broke down and we were asked to help out.
I see.
Not now, dear, later. I must ask you to go.
Charters News.
What are you up to, Mr. Kennedy? You are so polite.
Who, me?
Helping me into a taxi, and over the phone you almost sounded like a human being.
Don't you like human beings?
Of course I do, but in your case it terrifies me. To be honest, I'm afraid of you.
No, that's not a very nice thing to say.
I meant it nicely. I only wish I could...
Could what?
Oh, nothing.
we going straight to the hospital?
Bannister wants us to pick him up. He got pressed for time.
He's such a sweet man.
Carry on, Constable. Oodles of room.
I've heard about London drivers.
Handles quite well for a modern car. Quick as you can, Blake.
Mr. Hatfield, Scotland Yard calling.
Scotland Yard here, sir. We have just been informed that a coffin containing a corpse was stolen. It appears that the van used for this grab belongs to the Department of Health.
A Department of Health vehicle? You must be mistaken. Why should anyone make off? I'll look into the matter immediately. Where's Bannister?
He's at a luncheon engagement, I believe, sir.
In a runaway van? I'd like to see you, Jameson, in my office.
All set, Blake?
In a minute.
I thought we were picking him up.
We're going out from here to his car.
Ah.
There you are. Come in, Mrs. Cooper. I must apologize, but my little motor car's developed a carburetor cough. I've had to borrow his apartment van, but you'll find it quite comfortable. I wonder if you'll take a look through that window. We found a stray piece of luggage, and it might be your husband's. Perhaps you can identify it. Into the house, Kennedy. That's all, Blake. Close it up again. The moment you get the lab report, phone Jamison. Goodness knows where I shall be. The moment they've finished, you're off to the airport. When they question you, remember what happened. I was at the wheel, I drove you here. You tried to stop me, but I insisted. There was a wild look in my eye.
Yeah, well, that lands you right in the soup.
Any other way and everybody would be in trouble. Leave it to me, and thanks. Right.
Dare you do that to me?
Between your feelings and the lives of hundreds, I had no choice. Did you recognize the corpse? His name was Farham.
I'm not sure. Let me think.
You recognized him. I could see it in your eyes.
Are you mad? Let me go.
You met him on Ivanovich's yacht. Admit it before... Oh!
Steady, Kennedy. Control yourself.
You idiot. You silly, stupid idiot.
Do you know what we were doing in there? taking a blood sample. It'll be some hours before we know the result, and time is precious. You could save us that time, Mrs. Cooper.
How?
Have you ever seen Farnham with your husband?
With my husband, never.
But you have seen him.
I think so. Yes, at the Casino Nice some time ago. He sat next to Ivanovich at the baccarat table.
More than once?
Several times.
Ivanovich. They're in this together, aren't they?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
I'm not buying that,
Hold on,
Michelle.
Kennedy. You're barking up the wrong tree. Save your questions for Ivanovich.
You won't find him in London. He flew out this morning.
Where to?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're lying.
Damn you. His pilot was found dead. He went to see about it.
Pilot? How do you know that and you don't know the rest of it?
Beryl told me when she came to say goodbye.
Give me 2 minutes with her alone. I'll find out where Ivanovich went.
I know where.
You do?
To the village of Erwald, high in the Austrian Alps.
The coffin seized and broken into. Incredible. Outrageous. I can assure you, Sir Douglas, if Bannister's done any such thing, I'll take action immediately. Yes, I promise you, him and his head. Jameson, I have a message for Bannister. That is, if you should just happen to talk to him.
Yes, sir? You'll find a taxi rank just at the end of the views.
To an odd steamship line.
Abandoned ship, sir. The police are searching for you everywhere. There's a warrant out for your arrest.
What's the charge?
Everything, sir. From body snatching to dangerous driving.
Dangerous driving? That's most ungenerous.
We'll contact Blake for the result of the blood test and the passport in the left-hand drawer of my desk. Bring it to me.
At the pub, sir?
No, not the pub. That's the second place they'll look. Let me think. Meet me at London Airport on the balcony. In the gents' loo.
What did you say, sir? The lavatory? Are you quite sure, sir?
Yes. It's the safest place for an Englishman. Bye. This is it.
All we know is that a plane crashed up there some time ago.
What sort of plane?
We don't know.
There's been a storm. It's buried in the snow.
This is the first day in weeks that anybody could get up to it.
Have you identified the pilot?
No, not yet. They're bringing the body down now.
You'll find his name is Jacques Morel. The plane crashed exactly 2 weeks ago.
The missing flyer. Wunderbar. I'll verify his identity at once. If you're right, then we have found our carrier.
Also, I want you to locate a man named Ivanovich who should be over there.
Ivanovich. Correct?
I've it then.
If Morel is the carrier, what's your next move?
Routine. World Health goes into operation. Every contact the pilot made will be located and isolated. Vaccination barriers built.
Once it's established that Morel met Remy and Kettner, that's all the proof I'll need. I'll nail Ivanovich to the wall.
Sorry, I'm late, sir. Had to make several diversions. I'm sure I was followed.
Let's have it, Jameson. What about the blood test?
Negative. According to the lab report, pure as distilled water.
What now?
Don't look so upset, Kennedy. I've known for over an hour that the minister couldn't be the carrier.
But if he'd had the disease, it might have saved you your job. I'm afraid you've had it, sir. Mr. Hatfield said, this time it is your head.
I can't say I blame him. Poor old Hatfield. I've given him quite a day.
BEA, flight 266 for
That's
Munich.
us. Give me the passport, Jimmy.
This is madness, sir. You can't go on like this.
He who bulls the cow must keep the calf.
Who said that, sir?
I do.
Come on, Bannister, come on.
Right.
This caper doesn't come off. I hope you're the Bannister who runs the 4-minute mile, because you're going to have a lot of cops chasing you.
That's my funeral.
Sure, pal, sure. But my name's inside that hat. They might bury me with you.
Did you enjoy your stay in Britain, Mr. Cooper?
Great little country, except for the weather.
I could tell Foster now how they fooled Cooper.
You sure?
Positive. Ivanovich worked with Michelle. She kept Cooper away from the well, buried between the sheets.
Canada. I've never been prejudiced against Americans, but you're tempting me. You behaved abominably towards that girl, and now this vicious attack on her character.
You're kidding.
I've never been more serious.
What if I told you she was Ivanovich's mistress for over a year?
Don't be a self-righteous humbug.
Boy, you've really got the hots. What do you think's going on with her anyway?
If I told you, you'd hate my guts. Fingers! Was it Morel?
Was Morel all right?
Well?
But without smallpox.
What?
Every test was made all negative.
Just a minute. Did you check the route of the plane?
Of course I did. It was hired in Nice on April 3rd, flew to Brussels and Zurich on the same day and crashed on this mountain. But it all adds up to nothing. This just came from London. I'm going to Innsbruck for more vaccine.
Ivanovich, what happened? What about him?
Not a sign. Police are searching.
What's that? Bell 47G, Franklin 6-cylinder. Air cooled.
I'll tell you what I think. The carrier was a passenger on the plane who was thrown clear. He's still buried in the snow.
No, we're not looking for a man any longer. We're looking for a thing.
A thing?
Huh?
What kind of a thing?
I don't know. Something Morel was carrying. A pair of slippers, a blanket, an article of clothing, anything.
Something Morel was carrying.
Huh?
Yet he doesn't have smallpox. What kind of a disease is this?
Damn tricky. In France, in the city of Vannes, a father home from Indochina imported the virus on pairs of pajamas. He bought them as gifts for his children. Do you mind?
Was machen Sie da?
Ich bin ein Kolleg und Freund von Dr. Linkers. Wir suchen medizinisches Beweismaterial.
Da werden Sie nichts finden. Die Kinder haben alles weggeschnappt. Am Tag, wo das Flugzeug abgestürzt ist. Dann hat der Schneesturm alles zugedeckt.
What's he beefing about?
He's not beefing, they all talk like that. He says we won't find anything, the people around here are poor and the children looted everything the day of the crash. Then the snowstorm closed in. I say, können Sie bringen zum Haus gestorben ist ganze Familie?
Jawohl.
Danke. All right. Got a handkerchief?
Oh, yes.
Tie it round your face.
True log of the Warbar well. Enough oil to buy the Bank of England. So that's what you didn't want to tell me. Why the milk drinker switched to whiskey.
Sorry, Kennedy.
Oh, what's there to be sorry about? You're talking to a millionaire. There's a thing worth sending around. Look who certified it. Stephen Cooper of Kennedy and Cooper. I can vouch for him. If he says there's oil, there's oil. Nothing to be sorry about. All that happened to me was my best friend knifed me in the back.
Pity him. Wasn't cut out to be a thief. That's why he was drinking himself to death.
What can I say to him? We've been buddies for 15 years. I can't punch him in the nose.
Won't be any need for that. Cooper died. Bit nosy, isn't he? Ivanovich!
I'll take that case. The philosopher who never takes a risk.
Now that you know the truth, I hope you will be reasonable, Mr. Kennedy.
Reasonable? What was Cooper's price?
It's considerable. He fancied himself an honest man. There are no honest men, only those who haven't been offered enough. What's your price?
Funny. I can't think of one.
Now, if you please, Mr. Bannister.
You don't understand. This is deadly. The virus is in the cloth backing of the log. Everyone who opened this tube was stricken.
The log? Contaminated?
It's already killed 2 of your associates.
So that's how it spread. Then such a danger should be destroyed. We can burn it together, Mr. Bannister.
That won't do at all. This must go to a laboratory for verification. Supposition isn't good enough.
But it's not supposition. Cooper brought this to me on his wedding night. My pilot flew it to Remy and Kettler. I knew long before you did they had smallpox. When you came to the party, I was already vaccinated. You could have noticed I gave you my right arm, not the left.
Careless of me. I thought you were left-handed.
Fortunately, I don't bother with details. Or I might have examined the log myself.
Pity you didn't. Your case is closed. Hand it over. This must go under a microscope. It belongs to World Health. Your accidental death, Mr. Bannister, will be a loss to the world. You're not an ordinary man. I would not offend you by offering to buy your silence. But money is power. Think of the hospitals you could build, the good you could do, if you had the means. Bribery is terrifying. Now I understand what you did to Cooper. You know, Ivanovich, you're a carrier of corruption that may never be found. Your answer. Now, anyone else for tennis?
Archibald, with this thing, you're a menace to society.
It was a gift from my mother.
Archie, you're an imposter. You walk around looking like there's nothing under that hat but hair.
Well, cheers. Prosit. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The bus.
Archie, come on, the bus.
No, wait.
The plane.
Well, just a minute. Goodbye, Clinkers. Linkers. Of course, Clinkers. I say, what a splendid coat. You like it? Isn't it a beautiful coat? Of course, I love it. Yes. It's yours. Oh, don't so silly. Come on. I'm serious. What is it?
Archie, it's absolutely you. Now, come on.
Just a minute. No thanks. I use the economy size.
What made you so positive Michelle was on the level?
When it comes to the female sex, science is useless. I navigate strictly by instinct.
She knew Cooper was double-crossing me, didn't she?
That's all she did know. She'd never get round to telling you. Any more than I could. And don't forget, if it weren't for her, we'd still be in the dark.
You think she's quite a hunk.
Rich, too. She owns half your oil field. Huh? Well, legally, she's your partner. Shh. There you go. Oh, by the way, I sent her a cable and told her to pop into Cartier and pick out a little something in diamonds.
You're quite a man.
Oh, thanks.
Sir. Congratulations, Bannister. The whole story broke from Geneva. An ingenious piece of work.
Oh, thank you, sir. Piece of cake.
Mr. Bannister, how could you possibly solve such a complicated medical mystery in 48 hours?
Teamwork. One might say the motto of our department.
What? What action did you take from this end, sir?
Your cable was adorable, but the bracelet wasn't necessary. The necklace would have been enough.
I'm sorry, madam. I'm afraid it's not allowed. He's been cleared through customs.
Oh.
You double-dealing bug chaser, you signed my name to that cable.
Elementary, my dear Kennedy. I'm glad you finally figured something out.
Okay, Bob, nothing to declare. I may never forgive you for this.
Try.
revoir, Mr. Bannister. Thank you, Cupid.
Archibald?
Sorry. It's contagious.
I'm at a road ho, but they tell me it's home. I tell them it's you, should I tell them it's you? And whether it's who or it's whom, you sure light up a room. 'Cause you always look good, but they say you look well, and well that they should, though it's good they can tell. Our happiness lays, is it lies? Same thing, otherwise wise. A matter of who, a matter